Midlife Crisis.
It's another beautiful afternoon. My name is Dr. Beno Shola Akinwale. I want to continue my discussion based on the reaction I got in the last 2 days over my last content about midlife. Are we still not believing that there is midlife? When you are 35, you're halfway of 70. You are 35 years gone. If you're 40, you are midway of 80. So you are halfway of Chief Obasanjo. So that means you have used 40 years of your life. And the question is, what have you done in the last 40 years? So oftentimes, midlife crisis comes with emotional and psychological uncertainty for a lot of people. And this age, a lot of people are concerned, they are restless, they are in self-doubt about their careers, about their relationships, about their health and personal identity. Midlife crisis is not an official psychology disorder. That is, it is not a psychiatric disorder. It is a psychological term. But the concept is real because this is a time when people begin to reflect on their accomplishments, on their relationships and goals. And a lot of people, especially men, they feel a sense of dissatisfaction with their current situation, fearing that their best years may be behind them. The phase may also lead to significant emotional and behavioral changes, which might affect personal and professional life. Let's talk about the signs of midlife crisis. The first one is that you can be dissatisfied with your career and your life choices. It could be a period where you desire for change in terms of new experience. You want to change your boyfriend, you want to change your man friend, you want to change certain things about yourself. It is also possible that it is a period where you are so much focused about your appearance and health. You can see many of my sisters going for BBL now. They are midway. The fear of uncertainties has overshadowed some of them. They are under the knives. They are afraid of negative evaluation. Some of them will even claim that, oh, it's about me. No, it may just be a sign or a way to react to midlife crisis. Another one is emotional instability and mood swing. Risk taking is another one. And withdrawal from relationship is another one. Sometimes you may realize that you are avoiding certain friends, certain family members. You are trying so hard to disconnect from your loved ones, or you just want to be alone. It may be a pointer to midlife crisis. So let's talk about the causes of midlife crisis. What could be responsible for it? The first one is aging. Dear sisters and brothers, we are aging. By the time you are 40, you are halfway. You are aging. Accept the fact that you are growing. 40, you are close to being a grandma. 40 as a man, 45, you are getting close to becoming a grandpa. You're already a uncle. Your nephews, your nieces, they are calling you uncle, Uncle Shegun, Uncle Daniel. You are no more brother. Stop being Egma Adugbo for too long. By the time you've been an Agba bachelor for 45 or 50, it becomes a problem. And you're now dealing with midlife crisis. Another one is unfulfilled goals. Am I actually going through midlife crisis? Maybe yes, maybe no. There are some goals I have not fulfilled. There was a point in my life I was thinking that I might actually become a professor before the age of 40. Here I am. I'm just 2 years away from my professorial cadre. I'm not really far from it. But unfulfilled goals could actually be responsible for it. Changing in family dynamics, being a single mom, being a single dad, bereavement, widowhood, parenting your child all alone, or even not having any could be a factor to why some people are going through midlife crisis. Health issues is another one. At midlife, there are so many issues surrounding mortality. The prompts, the feeling of anxiety is always there. When you hear that they just buried your friend or your classmate, you're afraid like, oh God, oh, me too, I'm getting close. But in all of this, like I said earlier, it's a psychological issue. There is solution. Let me say it again, there is solution. And one solution is that you must see a trained therapist, a psychologist, not just an educational counselor. It's beyond that. You really need to see a psychologist. If it's a severe one that you are close to being depressed, we can actually refer you to a psychiatrist. And some are actually worried about how to get a psychologist. The interesting thing is that if you are in Lagos or Lagos environment, I can tell you that I work with an institution and my department offers free psychological services. Free psychological services. But you may need a referral. Just mention my name. Tell them you are from Dr. Gbenu, that you got my contact. You can chat me up there if there's need for further referral. But let's embrace our mental health. Let's embrace our health. A lot of people are breaking down now. And when you see people having real medical conditions, I tell you, many of them are sickness of the mind. When the mind is not settled, when you are going through too many life issues, the chances that your cells will be wearing, tearing out, it's high. Your immunity gets lowered to such that illnesses invades your body. So your mental health can actually determine your overall health. I don't want to establish a very sharp link between major life-threatening illnesses and midlife crisis, depression, and other psychological issues. But the truth is that when you are happy, when you're excited, when you embrace yourself, your reality, I tell you that you may not break down physically. Let me end my session here today. I still want to have one more talk about midlife crisis before I move on to other topics. Talk to someone today. Talk to your psychologist. Don't think you can handle it all alone. It doesn't work like that all the time. A lot of professionals are out there that can really be of help, even without charging you. These are professionals, consultants, psychologists that can help you manage some of these issues. Remember to mention my name when you want to see your therapist or when you want to come through the services being provided by my university. You can go to Yaba Psychiatry Hospital. We have psychologists on ground. Interestingly, I'm also one of the ESCOs of the Nigerian Psychological Association, Lagos State Chapter. Just mention my name, you have your therapy done. All the best. See you some other time for another interesting episode on my station or my channel, whichever one we call it this afternoon. Have a good day.